Hi Internet! Okay, today I'm going to be making eyes, like, follow me eyes. You know the sort, if you're here. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But I will be making them from scratch, so it may be a bit of a long video. Making them for this guy. Possum, snaggle teeth, very cute. Oh no, I've lost. This is the shape. It'd be a grumpy possum. What I do is, for follow me eyes, I use craft foam. Bendy. Good stuff. I'm sort of running out, so you have to bear with me while I find pieces that my cat hasn't chewed on. I start out by drawing the pattern for the eye, whatever shape I want it to be. In this case, grumpy shaped. Very easy. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it with this one because it's a personal suit, but usually I try not to use marker, permanent marker, to do the patterns for the eyes because that's what's inside the head. You're going to smell it for a while. Maybe get a little bit high. And we don't want that. So after I've done the pattern, cut it out. Now I have two eyes. Go a bit like this. Now obviously I'm going to have to do some trimming around here, but it's the basic. I may even make them a little bit smaller. After that I put them together, or you could just cut one, trace the other. With these it's a lot easier than with a regular shaped eye because the pupil will be at the top. It'll be sort of a Cheshire cat grin shape. And I figure out which way I want them to be. They're a little bit odd shaped. And I just make sure to keep them together, otherwise you'll have uneven pupils. There you have two eyes. And you'll have to forgive me, I don't have the material I use for the pupils. It's in my workshop outside, so I'll have to skip that part. But it's alright, because it's not really the important bit. The important bit would be the follow me part. I use the white foam again, and again you'll have to bear with me trying to find usable pieces. Okay, cat chews on everything. I cut strips about this wide, and that will be the basis for the follow me part, because it makes a concavity. I think I'm using that word right. It creates the illusion that the pupil is moving. I use that, and I use very light gluing on the edges of the eye. I'm going to do this part very fast because hot glue tends to dry kind of quick. See, it's already drying. See, if you do it before it, or if you don't do it before it hardens, you have these spots. We don't want that. And then we have the bottom part of the eye. And you do the same thing for all sides. I know this video must be boring. I was going to use music, but YouTube doesn't really like that because it's not my music. What I usually use for the pupil and iris is buckram or crinoline. It's an interfacing fabric. I think it's used in hat making, but I'm really not sure. It's see-through, depending on what kind you get, and it doesn't bleed when you color it. It's always useful in eye making. And there you have the basis of an eye. This one is a little wonky because the pupil is about half above the line of sight. So I'll have an eyebrow here. You see. So it'll be something like this, you see. Look how grouchy he is. And I've gotten where I don't use it as much, but a good easy eyeliner type thing so that you don't just have white against fur would be to just use the same pattern that you had before for the initial eye shape. It's not very different from the actual black, but you can kind of see an outline there. And you, ow, sort of trace a line, I'd say about a 1/4 inch into, maybe even less than that, but inside the outline. And then you can do some outside, depending on how thick you want the eye lining to be. I want mine pretty thick on the top, but not so much on the bottom. So it looks like he has big grumpy eyebrows. Normally I would use an X-Acto knife to cut the inside of anything, like cutting a pupil out of the middle of the eye. You really want to use an X-Acto knife or something similar, because you don't get as even a cut with scissors, and there's always the chance that you'll have scissor marks, and that's no good. So, PSA, use X-Acto knife. I'm just not doing so because this is mine. It's not that big a deal to me. I may not even use these eyes, but oh. See? And it would have, well, let's just do this. Have black behind it. He doesn't really have pupils, or he doesn't have color to his eyes. Okay, so you see. Yeah, I may have to add black to the top instead of the white, just so it doesn't look like his pupil abruptly ends, because that's weird. We'll see. We'll see how we figure that one out. But that's my tutorial, and I hope this helps. Bye.